Right. Peace, peace, peace. What's going on with my Instagram? Just trying. Okay. All right. About to get Instagram going. I'm live on YouTube. All right. Live on Instagram. All right. Peace, 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 everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, we on Mr. Westbrook's class YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, Mr. Westbrook's. So this is a supreme numerics, another supreme numerics lesson, and I'm trying something new, challenging myself, stretching myself a little bit. So I normally come through once a month and bring the universal monthly forecast. And I was thinking about, once a month, that's not frequent enough for me, but I know realistically I wouldn't be able to come up here every day to give you some supreme numerics content. And again, supreme numerics is my numerology offerings, and it means using the ancient metaphysical science of numerology to help you develop your personal power and achieve abundance in your life. That's what supreme numerics means in the short definition. So, I decided I want to come up here more often to give you some more numerology information and lessons on a more frequent basis. So I figured coming through on a weekly basis would be a middle ground, pretty much. So I'll be here more than once a month, but not as often as multiple times a week or every day of the week. So the concept of the lesson today is preparing for the week that's coming. Today starts a new week, a new work week tomorrow. If you work a Monday to Friday job like I do, so I'll be giving you the energy from a numerology perspective, so you can use that information to plan out your week. If you're one of those people that's super organized and wants to plan out the week and know what they'll be facing and kind of plan for what's to come. And the way we'll go through this is I'll review the universal year, universal month energy, and then I'll go into the universal week energy and how it fits into the context of this month. So the review, get this up on the screen. It's a 9 universal year. We get that from adding up the calendar year 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. And it's a 1 universal month. January is a 1 universal month, and we get that by adding the first calendar month, which is January, to the universal month, a universal year of 2025, which is a 9. So 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So that's how we arrive to a 1 universal month. Now, universal weeks in numerology, this is a new concept that's created by one of my teachers, Lloyd Strayhorn. So shout out to him. And it's a new concept in the sense that compared to the ancient science of numerology, which is thousands and thousands of years old, the universal and personal week concept is only, a few decades old, something that was developed maybe 30, 40 years ago. So in that context, the concept is older than me, but in comparison to the science of numerology, it's a newer concept. And universal weeks are set up different from calendar weeks. In calendar weeks, we usually start the new week on a Sunday. So it's from Sunday, Sunday to Saturday, Sunday to Saturday. But with Lloyd's concept of the universal week and the personal week, is broken up into 7-day cycles. So the 1st of the month through the 7th, the 8th of the month through the 14th, the 15th through the 21st, the 22nd through the 28th. So the weeks are set up a little bit differently, so that doesn't throw you off. It's going to be a little different, but you'll catch on, pretty quickly. So now going into the universal week, what we'll do is we'll take the universal month, which is a 1, like I just said, and add it to the week position. So those dates that I gave you, each set of date represents a week position. So since this is the week of January 12th, this week will fall into the 2nd position of the 8th through the 14th, and then it will carry over into the 3rd position, which is the 15th through the 21st. So we'll be under the influence of two energies going into this week of the 12th, the 3 and the 4. And I got that from adding the 1 universal month to the 2nd week position. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So from the 8th, 3 universal weeks start on the 8th and it will end on the 14th. 4 universal week starts on the 15th and it'll end on the 21st. So we'll be under the influence of those 2 energies. So now going into the first half of the week, which we're in the middle of now, 3 universal week from the 8th until the 14th. And this fits into the context of the 1 universal month. So just to recap the 1 universal month, you can go back to the video that I did on YouTube last Sunday on the 6th. That laid out all of the themes, all the energies for the 1 universal month. So just to review a couple of those, I talked to you all about, restarting something that you might have started last year and maybe you fell off with, and you want to get refocused and get back on the track. I talked to you about being independent and standing on your own too, stepping into your personal power, stepping into your greatness, having a clean slate for 1 universal month. Those are all the things I'll talk to you about in that video. So these universal weeks will fit within the context of that 1 universal month. You can think of it as, the 1 universal month being the end point or the checkpoint, and the universal weeks are like those points, those checkpoints along the way leading up to the completion of the month. So in this 3 universal week that we're in the middle of now, but will end on the 14th, the number 3 is connected to creativity, expression, self-improvement, optimism, growth mindset, and social interaction. So to put that in the context of the 1 universal month, you can think of new ways or new approaches to tap into your creativity, whether that's through art, music, or writing, or expression. What are some new ways that you can express yourself? Are there certain creative projects that you might have started in previous months or previous weeks that you want to get back on track? You can get back into those. Self-improvement. What are some new ways that you can improve yourself? What are some new strategies, new techniques that you can use to improve yourself? And I'll use myself an example, and I'll go back to creativity. I got back into journaling, writing more consistently, so that's an example of me getting back into my expression with my self-improvement. Actually, today, I went through a new Tai Chi routine that I never tried before. I found a new video on YouTube, decided to try something new. And that not only helped with improving my holistic health my mental health, my physical health, but it also helped with improving my mindset and helping me to be more optimistic. I also started a new meditation course with a specific concentration on focus and focusing on work, focusing on things that I want to accomplish. So that's also helping with improving myself and improving my mindset and my optimism and social interactions. I reached out to some people that I haven't spoken to in a few weeks or a couple months. I even had the opportunity to meet up with someone today, one of my friends today. So that's another way that you can think about the number 3 week in the context of a one universal month. Social interactions, reaching out to folks, socializing a bit, catching up, having some fun, with those positive family members and friends in your life. Now, the significant days in the weeks for a 3 universal week, that's what I'll be covering also in these weekly forecasts. The number 3 is tied to Thursday. So Thursday, January 9th, so last Thursday, should have been significant in some way, for the world. And today should have been significant since today's the 12th and 1 + 2 = 3. And like I mentioned a few minutes ago, on the 15th, which is, what is the 15th? The 15th is Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we'll be transitioning into a 4 universal week. Now, in the context of the 1 universal month, you want to think about organization, structure, and foundation building. So what are some ways, or what are some new ways that you can improve your system, your systems, your existing systems, or what are some new systems that you need to implement, whether that be in your personal life or your business life? What are some systems that you can put into place so you can be more organized, you can be more structured, and you can build a stronger foundation for yourself? So take inventory of your existing system, your existing routines, your plans. And if you need to enhance those, think about how you can enhance those, or if you need to take a different, a new approach to your system so you can be better organized and better structured, then see what new systems you can put into place, you can implement and put them into action. So take inventory of that as we go into the second half of this week. And if you do that, it should be a great week for you all. So I hope this was, motivational, inspirational for you, gives you something to look forward to for the rest of the week. And, I will that everyone has a productive, successful week, a week filled with joy, and this was the universal energy. So if you want to know how the weeks and the months and the years affect you on a more personal level, you can book a session with me at my website, or you could just send me a message on Instagram. You can email me, or all my contact information, if you're watching on YouTube, is there. And I almost forgot to mention the significant days. So the significant days for the second half of the week for the 4 universal week would be Sunday the 19th, since the number 4 is ruled by Sunday, or the number 4 is connected to Sunday. And it also happens to add up to a number 1, which is also connected to Sunday. Number 1, number 4 are both associated with Sunday. But yeah, that's your weekly forecast. Like I said, if you want to know how this energy affects you on a more personal level, book a one-on-one session with me, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and we'll make that happen for you using supreme numerics, astronumerology to help you realize your personal power and achieve abundance in your life. So have a great week, and I'll see you next week on Supreme Numerics, live from Mr. Westbrook's class.